Hello everybody, and welcome to Day Job. I am your host, Code Marvelous, and today we are gonna play some Netrunner.
Now, I guess both teams see it as a middle ground and want to target weaknesses. FaZe picking Mirage.
Thank you, Autoplay on Twitch.
Mirage.
Thank you, Autoplay on Twitch. Let me get everything set up. I want to do an AZk deck today. Alright, so I want to be playing an AZk deck. I just whipped it up literally off camera. Let's see what we can make happen. Let me get the list into the show notes and shit. How's everybody doing today? Pretty good? Hope so. I'm having a pretty good week thus far. I'm getting excited for regionals this weekend, which is going to be exciting. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty locked in on my own decks, but it's always worth experimenting and seeing what other people are working with, right? How are other people feeling today with their testing and with the current metagame? I got this pour over coffee maker, and man, it just makes the best coffee. It's so smooth. Okay, so I like having the pad taps in the opening hand against Blue Sun. We also have a class act and a Rizeki, so I'm pretty on board with all this. So we're not going to start with the pad. We want to wait for a res. So the one we're probably going to need the least here is the hijacked router. Come here, Boulder. You can hang out with me. I always like some Boulder company. I do need to get you, like, a cat bed. Alright, so let's put the supplier down. And we're gonna keep putzing along, right? We're gonna get stuff for free. We might just get blown up, right? Draw. We'll keep that. Put the two pad taps down and see what our opponent does. So we could just die, right? Sure could. Or we could definitely lose breakers. So that's going to severely impact what we're able to do. Definitely not expecting a June bug. 。 . 。  . 。 . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . So that's probably going to be game right there. Should have put my programs down first. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get there now, right? Yeah. Not expecting a June bug out of Blue Sun. Let's just move on to another game. Losing 2 out of 3 breakers in the opening, we have no chance. Good luck, have fun. Ooh. Let's draw. Who doesn't love a free Paragon, right? Because that's what we're going to get next turn. Let's get a Paragon filter. No, we'll keep the flip switch. That'll help. Let's draw. We're going to need money because we've got the Class Act trigger. Okay. So, let's go ahead and just put Miss Bones on the supplier. Let's get our As trigger off of the flip switch. And let's also just get Angola down so we have it. Because we'll just go in and get that with Miss Bones, right? Let's go do it. Okay. So now we know that that's there. I was gonna say, unless this is a vanilla, I'm reasonably sure that they can't. No, we will not send hijacked router to the stack. And then we're gonna use our Miss Bones bucks to get rid of that. Let's put hijacked router on the supplier. Yeah. And now we're in a pretty good place, right? Oh, hey, Boris. Oh, that's so weird. Oh, there we go. My stream deck had like a hiccup. Alright. Let's hit HQ. Now, I would like to pick up a turning wheel soon. That'd be ideal. Oh yeah, the pixel ID. Let's draw. Perfect. Let's doof them. Let's draw. Let's put daily cast down, and then let's get our breakers down. I like this pad tap Maryland campaign parody that we've got going on. I'm so excited for New York Regionals. I will be streaming the event. It starts at 10 a.m. Eastern time, so make sure you tune in. Let's head into archives. We'll use the hijacked router to make them lose money. We'll say operation or asset. Probably asset. And we'll post another copy of hijacked router on the supplier. Run archives, cost them a couple bucks. This is Ravana. So this is gonna take them down to 1 credit. Alright, let's start poking essentials. We pitched one crowdfunding back. Let's go back in and see if we can get that Ikawa. Now if that's a self-destruct chips, they can't res it. So now they're getting 2 a turn and we're getting 3 a turn. But regardless, I think it's worth it to go in and get rid of it. Because maintaining our economic supremacy here is key. Especially since we're gonna trash it for $0. Let's run HQ. But yeah, this is just like a nice little good stuff crim with some price reductions to speed things up. Yeah, we'll beat it. I'll pay to steal the Ikawa. Thank you very much. Is anybody who's in my chat coming to New York that maybe I wouldn't expect to see? I'd love to see some new friends. These uncontested pad taps feel great. I love these one-cost class acts. And now we're big money, full breakers, worldwide, baby. All right, let's check R&D. We fear no snare. We don't need the Yamakua. Alright, we're finally getting some ice raises. They're still taking themselves out of being able to fire snare range, so it decreases the degree to which we care about basically anything that they're doing, right? Now that we have Turning Wheel, we can start locking R&D. Oh, they finally got a self-destruct chip down. Alright, well, let's hit HQ. Let's go back in and we'll say asset. Yeah, so now we're just kind of maintaining, like, primacy over them, right? As we've just been able to hold them down economically this whole game. This Hernando Cortez is never going to come up. And then next turn we're going to be ready for a big dig. And as long as we keep them at 2 credits, they can't score anything. We have so much money. We have 38 bucks because of the slow drip. Alright, let's see 6 cards. I'd say we're almost guaranteed to hit the win here. Or not 6 cards, 4 cards. Alright, that's it. That's game. Yeah, he's pretty great. Just like a value build, right? Let's find another one. I'd say, so I feel vindicated because recently let me see if it's still in here. Recently, people have come around. I always feel like I'm like Netrodamus. Oh, come on. Because I started using hijacked router in decks a while back to fight asset spam, and people were like, no, that card is so bad, you can't play that card. And then now we have like multiple freedoms and like Vals winning regionals with 2x hijacked router in there, because it turns out that turning it into like turning asset spam into a negative turtlebacks is hugely impactful, and in Az you can pay 1 or nothing for it, right? So that's the big stuff, right? We got supplier, we got class acts, we got some hardware, right? We could probably stand to have a little bit more hardware. We probably don't even need Amakua. We could probably cut Amakua and utilize that to get another connection in the deck. Or another flip switch. What's a piece of like big honkin' hardware that's still in the game? Here, give me a second. Cancel. Let's jump out here real quick. Let's take a look at the list. The list is in the show notes. If you are, here, let me just hit the button. I don't know what happened with my deck this morning. It's not working the way that it normally does. Alright. Let's look at some criminal hardware, right? Why is it showing me, like, literally everything? No. 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 Alright. So I think Paragon's definitely the right console, right? I could always be like a huge bag of dicks and put like a single Rubicon switch in just as a value piece because we are pretty rich. But that feels very mean and terrible to people, right? Because I don't think we need Amakua at all. I don't think we're leveraging Amakua. Man, excuse me, Balder. Criminal really does have some shit consoles, huh? Okay, come here. Stop clawing my leg. And get up here if you want to snuggle while I stream. You needy boy. Alright, let's look at our resources. Some of these cards, I don't even know what they do. It's been so long. Sports Hopper could be good. I'd say Cotty Jones, but I don't even really think we need one, right? Yeah, I mean, I like that. I like a one of Sports Hopper, right? We're kind of building a toolboxy build. Get to the hopper. Alright, let's make ourselves a game. Alright. I don't know. I think we're in a decent place here. I definitely don't think this is bad. What do you think, Balder? Tell the people what you think. Right. Let me see your teeths. Alright. Lick, lick, lick. Alright, buddy. Come on, opponent. This is the worst. The worst. How are you so itchy, huh? Got cat dry skin. As just hair radiates off of him as I sit here. I see you, purry machine. So I think one of the biggest things is, I think now that the Rubicon combo is gone, the best way to play as is just as you're trying to leverage an early money advantage into a lock, which means that you need a lot of things that hold the corp down, which is why we're on corporate grant and diversion of funds, and we have things like hijacked router, which we can use on archives if they're not asset spam, and we have things like clone chip so that we can steal an early SDS, and a bunch of other things that just all lead towards us being able to really control the mid to late game, right? Russell's on a work call, and he's also playing a Netrunner game. Tisk, tisk, Russell. We are dropping viewers in real time as we just sit here waiting for an opponent. All right, Boris. All right, I do not think that this opener is good enough, so we're gonna send that back into the abyss. I guess this at least has money in it. Whenever I make an Az deck, I always wonder if I should try to fit Beth in there. But Beth is a pretty heavy amount of influence, right? The earlier we get these drip sources down, the quicker we're going to be able to catch up, right? Let's draw. Draw again. So our big thing is we don't have access to any breakers yet. Balder, are you for real? I don't want to put any breakers down because we could lose them to an SDS. So I guess we're just going to do this instead. We need the class act because we're going to need the accelerant. If we can control the money from here, we'll be in good shape, even though that was kind of an awkward opening for our deck. We don't need 2 copies of Turning Wheel. Alright, we're getting there. Well, this is much slower going than I would like, considering there's definitely some number of border controls on there, right? Okay, so that is probably going to be game. Just went a little too fast for us. Too fast. All right, so we're 1 and 2. We really need Supplier in the opening hand. Supplier really speeds up our deck. Put that down for a 1. Let's put that down. We need money. We got a reader. So now if they're going wide in any way, we're going to be taxing them credits, and they still haven't built their scoring remote, which feels nice. Now that, of course, could be like a psychic field, which would be pretty bad. Shell Corporation. So yeah, that's a psychic field on it. I'll tell you what I don't like. I don't like how much time it's taking us to set up without the supplier. Now the question you always have to ask yourself when you play basically any criminal is, would this deck be better if it was 419? That's always the question, right? Yeah, hostage would be pretty good. So I think this is the turn where we're gonna have the potential to clear this. So let's go ahead and doof. We don't have a Caldera in this deck. Alright, now we're going to go into server 1. Because now they can't fire whatever this is. Yep, it's a psychic field. Which I figured it would be. And now we have this exposed Kakugo. Let's play the side game. Draw some cards. Trash that. We do probably need a Caldera in this build. I don't even know what they're doing. I guess that's the biggest concern I have, is I have no idea what they're actually trying to accomplish with this build. That's why having the no one home as a hedge there is something that I wanted. Because what we really want here is we want them to be above 10 credits the next time they res ice, so it costs them more with Hernando. So let's go ahead and run HQ. Let's draw. So there's almost certainly breach domes in the bin, right? Let's go R&D. Let's make an exploratory run. No agenda seen. That would lead me to believe they're on some sort of small agenda punitive play. Or that they're all in HQ, right? We haven't been finding our crowdfundings very fast in this game. What do we think that upgrade is? Hokusai grid? I guess we could check this. That feels good. A 4-cost Ike feels pretty good. Out we go. Let's check archives. We just want your money, that's all we want. Yes, we're gonna add Bugalter to the bottom in case there's a breach dome in here. Actually, I guess we should have left it, because then the breach dome would have tutored it, right? That was a misplay on my part. Third Kakugo. Come on. So they're on some sort of never advanced build. We're going to do operations here. We need a caldera. This sports hopper is definitely going to help us steal that obicata. We just need more counters. And the counters aren't going to come cheap, unfortunately. We're running out of cards. Him. As is he. Alright, we got the oboe at least. Guess that's going to be for the turning wheel, yeah. So that means that that's not a side kick field, but it could still be a snare. Actually, that doesn't work. So this deck we're up against doesn't really seem to have a game plan, except for trying to avoid steals until we're completely out of cards, which I guess is a game plan, but like against Anarch or against like Shaper with Kushuk, that doesn't seem like a terribly good game plan right now. Oh, medical breakthroughs. Interesting. Yep, so that was another medical breakthrough. Cute. Okay. Pretty sure there's a future perfect in here. Nope, just 2 breach domes. Okay. That means the future perfect is still in HQ. Let's see if we can find it. Hey Sanjay, what's up? I mean, I guess that's a deck. Not doing very good today with Az. I don't know. I don't think the time is quite right for him. Right? There's not enough value to be gained over just having his usual being 419 where you have the better ability, right? Fisk. I really wanted the collective over you. But here we are. You who is wearing the cyberpunk equivalent of what the guy from the oh, what is that detective show where the guy's like a magician and like a con man? And he like starts solving crimes. I don't know. But it's like the jeans or leather pants and the open button down and like vest combo. All of these identities are just like so weak compared to 419. Alright, let's see what this jank is that Hot Dog just sent me. London Library. We're already going to a great place. So the idea of this is you can install a fem, get your click back from AutoScripter, run somewhere, and come back in. Is that the idea? Why would somebody play a 5-cost console in this? Right, and you can also rejig to make it permanent, and since it's a different version, it's not on London Library anymore, etc., etc. You have Saker and Amina, too. It's pretty neat. Yeah, why not? Let's do it! Does this need to be 419? Yeah, probably. We're in 1 million Scoville territory here. I don't know if our opponent is prepared for the wild shit that we're going to be doing, huh? Hey, can't ask for more than the key piece of the combo being in the opening hand, right? Remember, people, if I'm playing 419 and you are playing Psychic Field, you have to tell me or it's entrapment. Alright, let's draw. Oh, I guess the gauntlets for the extra MU. Are there any better 2-cost consoles that are in Criminal? Is Zamba a 2-cost console? Or a 2 MU console? Somebody look up if Zamba is a 2-cost, or you get it. Yeah, Zamba is probably better because at least then if people expose, we get money. Next turn, we definitely want to get the class act down. I've always liked the art on London Library. I always felt that it's like a weird, like, cyberpunk take on, like, the Louvre. Maybe that's just me. Probably get ditched this Caldera. So right now our biggest problem is that we can't actually find any breaking programs. If you're just tuning in, we're aware the wild things are. Right, so at least we have a breaker. But it's not the one we want. There we go. Yeah, I mean, it's certainly a very neat concept deck, right? So I think it's definitely worth the fiddle around, right? Like, we definitely could do much worse. I love Autoscriptor. Autoscriptor is one of my favorite Fringe cards. I really enjoy it. Okay, so they didn't get rid of our tag here. So let's hit the London Library. And then let's hit server 2. Let's get this down. Is there 2 copies of Caldera in this deck? Okay. We're gonna have to do some trimming. Caldera can become another copy of Class Act, and we're gonna do some like moving around of things because that's not acceptable. Alright, let's get some of their money. I really hope Sanjay's still here. So with the auto scripter, we're effectively losing 1 click for that. Russell's going to be joining us in a minute here. I think I played that wrong. This turn, I think we're going to need to rejig this. What we really need now is hardware. And now they have to trash that resed Fairchild if they want to keep us out. The other neat thing is you can London Library out the Saker and then use the D-res ability to pick it up, so you don't have to use the click to get around London Library. That's a neat little trick. So this is free. Then we can rejig it, which triggers Technical Writer again. Then we can draw, and now there's a huge amount of ice on HQ for our gauntlet. This is pretty funny. Alright, so let's London Library install. Amina. Let's rejig. Now let's doof. Now that we have the full set. And this is so much ice for Gauntlet. Okay. Did we lose to 2 neural EMPs? I mean, okay, I guess. No, I mean, that's not why you want the 2 Calderas. People aren't playing 2 neural EMPs in purple, normally. You want maybe 1 Caldera. I mean, like, the thing works, right? Like, the deck works. Alright, so first things first, we're only going to have 1 Caldera. We're going to get a 3rd class act in. Gauntlet seems good because people are going to pile ice on. How much is Zomba? Is Zomba 4? I think that's just better. Because it just has like an economic component to it, right? We don't have a unicorn card in this deck, which I guess makes sense because we don't run 3 times for crowdfunding. But we don't have any unicorn card in this deck. Film Critic could be okay. Our biggest thing are things like Batty. Batty's gonna hurt us real bad. I don't think Mining Accident's pulling enough of its weight. This is tough. The Rozekis are definitely super solid. just don't know how I feel about the mining accidents, right? Lamb's very, very hungry for, Yeah. No, I understand why Grant is super good. Hey, welcome. Thanks for the great game. We're just trying to tune up the game the deck you just watched us play. And, you know, get some sort of, unicorn card in this deck. And we're also not making like great use of influence in this build currently. Film critic seems useful, but that it's not influence intensive enough. That's the problem, right? No, but God's too expensive. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Is there a reason Maw's not coming up? Too expensive, I'd say. We could do one Maw. It's hard out here. We can get us. No, no, no. We're a lock deck. It's not gonna, that wouldn't work. Mining accident just seems like such a weird. Because, see, even if we do, like, 2 film critics, let's say, we're still coming in, like, we're still coming under bar, influence-wise, with 46 cards. Don't think we need a special order in this build. I mean, we could put the Black Mark of Darkness in this deck. I mean, I don't necessarily think that film critic is the wrong choice. And Golo is nice, but it also kind of like sucks. Here, I need a... I need to copy paste this into the actual deck builder. Just not being able to see... No. Alright. So now we've got the deck. We got a Balder. You got a dog. You got a responsibility. Cutting down the one Caldera, getting the Zamba in. I think this build set's pretty good. So, one thing we could do is we could turn... We could get like a paperclip backup and a stim hack. Alright, let's look at some programs, right? Let's look at some big beefy programs and figure out what we can get that would be worthwhile. So David is a perennial classic that I completely forgot existed until just now. And David is like right at home in this build, right? Alright, let me get Russell in here to look at this.
Hey, Dan.
Hey, Russell, how's it going, my friend?
Doing okay.
So, are you ready? You ready for what we're working on today?
Tell me what you're working on today. I saw the stream title, but I haven't checked back on it. What are you doing?
Oh, well, we're way off base from where we were before.
Oh, goodness me, what is this?
So somebody sent me a London Library deck that utilizes Fem and Autoscriptor, and it actually functions really well.
I've lost to these decks before.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. We just don't have a unicorn card, and we're trying to figure out a unicorn card because this kind of deck doesn't really run enough to justify crowdfunding, and we don't, and we don't have the slots for it. Now we could cut the 2 blueberry diesels and just compulsorily put in crowdfundings as our unicorn, right?
So I think the thing about crowdfunding is it's draw, right? It's clickless draw. You only actually have to run 3 times every 4th turn in order to recur them once they're all up and running. I think but you have a pretty good reason not to run crowdfunding right now as your restricted card. The alternative would be Critic.
Yeah, we don't really have this. So I like David in this London Library build.
Mm-hmm.
The Rozekis are also really solid.
Yeah, okay.
We also have Turning Wheel as our multi-access.
Right.
The other thing that we were thinking about was getting gang signs in. And we could switch to Leela.
Okay. Tell me can you just hover over London Library so I can see that does again? Okay, so you install it. So, right. So you get Fem down for nothing.
And you get the click that you use to put it down back.
Right, and you just got to make sure you never make an unsuccessful run. Okay. All right. I think this is fine. This looks okay. I'd start with this.
I think your hesitance is just so good. It's like delicious, like wariness. Let's do it. This is why you're friends with me, Russell, right? Like I bring you this sweet, weird deck building.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here for you and all your jank needs.
So you can install David as well. You can install David, and then you can use it, and then it goes back in your hand at the end of turn.
No, you have to pick it up, or you can.
Oh, you have to.
Or you can just rejig it.
Oh, okay. I don't know what rejig does.
Rejig is you pick up a program and put it back down for free.
Okay. So how's it doing so far?
Well, we lost the first game, which is the only game that we've played with it, to an HB deck that had triple Neural EMP and just killed us, where we were not anticipating triple Neural EMP out of a Architects of Tomorrow deck. Turns out sometimes you just lose to people playing very weird stuff in their decks.
Yeah, so it's the man who's on a London Library list.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, turnabout is fair play, but sometimes you do just lose.
Sure.
The really nice thing about this deck that we were able to do last game is putting down a Mina for nothing and then rejigging it onto the board permanently feels very good.
Okay. Tell me what Zamba does again. What is Zamba?
Zamba is every time you expose a card, you get a credit. And it's the cheapest console in Criminal that has 2 MU pips on it.
Okay.
Okay. This player always gets very angry when I play APOC, so I'm letting him know that I'm not on the APOC deck. Oh, this is a perfect test case for what we're doing, because SSO has big ice that we don't want to deal with, right? I do think this is not the opener that we want.
No, I'd say not. I mean, if they do something weird like install agenda face up, install ice, and do something, then you can doof. But
Alright, so that's a Mosvingo. So what's our play here? I think we need to draw.
I'm still getting my head around the list, Dan. So I'm not sure how much help I'm going to be. Okay.
So I think early we should get the technical writer and the Zamba down, and just click for a credit, and then next turn we can draw. Hopefully, get like maybe a crowdfunding or some inexpensive money.
Yeah.
That's pretty nice. So let's put that down. Click for some bucks.
Is the second from the left auto scripter?
It is.
Okay.
This might be a case for 419. All right, so that's theirs. We can't do fuck all about that.
No, this is where kind of being Leela helps, right? You can run R&D for an access, bounce the outside ice, but.
Because we need the libraries to show up.
Yeah. Yeah, draw. I draw. Oh, I always. Okay. I think you need more money before you play class act. I think it's a mistake I've made a number of times is to play class act and then not be able to afford to play what you put down.
So here's the thing that we could potentially do here. We can set up to steal that agenda if they don't score it next turn.
Mm-hmm.
So we can get a credit, sure gamble, and then we can put down London Library.
Yep.
And put down Autoscriptor.
Okay.
Now, if they don't
So
score, if we
yeah,
don't
okay.
score that, whoa, we're still going to be one card short. So we can't.
Well, you can doof them, right? So you can doof them now. I don't know if that helps.
It does. It could.
So you can install the FEM, right?
Yeah, we can install a FEM.
Yeah.
Bypassing the HQ.
Yeah. Doof them.
Doof them. So that's 4 credits. Break. And we can even... break, sorry. We can even rejig this instead of picking it up and put it onto one of the remote ice. Because that's all their money.
Yeah.
So here we're going to rejig.
And we assume that they're on space ice, right? So...
how much did it cost us? It cost us 5, which it shouldn't have because rejig is bugged. And then we need to draw 1 card. Oh, perfect.
So you can FEM the other... Well, yeah. Yeah, they've got no money, right? How many? Is it 6?
So remember that they can res ice for free.
For free, if it's space ice, right?
So we don't need another London Library.
What ice did they install? Did they reveal it? Wormhole. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't think we can go get it this turn. They still don't have any money. So I think here we're going to draw. We're going to draw again. That's very good, because that lets us break multiple pieces of their ice next turn.
So do you think you set up right? You put Rizeki down and click for a credit? Or put the casts down?
Yeah, I think the cast is fine. And then
gain a credit.
Gain a credit.
Good credit.
Maybe put the class act down there so we have enough cards to steal, right?
So that's going to give you the cards at the end of turn, right?
Right, but if we had done it last turn, we would now have the cards going into this turn.
Yeah, it's 5. It's 5 to break. They're going to play Mascom and have 1 million credits any second now.
Yeah. So we need to. Go ahead.
So I guess what do? You draw. You need. Draw?
We need 5 cards.
Yeah.
And more money than them. So let's draw.
Yeah. I think you bottom the other one because you don't want to lose both Aminas.
Oh. Yeah, I hadn't thought of that. I think here I'm going to click for credit and I'm going to overwrite the class act.
Okay. They're gonna okay. They're gonna play Mascom for 1 million. So I think you go get that now, right?
Absolutely. So I think we're going to London Library, the David, because we know that covers probably at least 1.
Yeah.
I think we'll get an Amina down so it's out of our hand.
That's good.
And then I think we'll go in, right?
Yeah.
So we'll use the David here. we also get past the Nebula here. This is all costing us no money.
Them either.
Alright. So we'll beat the Trace.
Mm-hmm.
We'll take that. We'll, of course, get rid of that. And then we're going to add these both back to our hand.
Mm-hmm. And then we're going to draw 4 cards. Something.
We're not going to draw 4 cards.
The class act, you didn't install it, didn't you install the class act? Oh, that was last turn. Okay.
Actually, I think we can... can we afford to lose the David? Do we need to take the money in case they mass comm us?
Well, Mascom punitive, you mean?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Well, it would have to be Mascom double punitive.
Okay,
I think you put the David back in hand. I think it's really useful for that, because essentially you're remote locking them now.
Yeah. Yeah, so now also we're dripping. Zomba's giving us money. That's a Rashida that we don't necessarily care about.
Not so much. I think you just remote lock them now. Just take money and remote lock. Get the technical writer down. Turning.
I want the turning wheel, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And then let's get the technical writer down.
Mm-hmm.
And probably just click for money, right? Make sure we've got lots and lots of cash.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because now we have hard remote lock just with this David, right?
Yep.
What a weird deck we are playing. God, it feels good. Doesn't it feel good?
It's interesting.
Feels good to play binder.
It's probably quite mentally taxing to play in real life with all the triggers you've got to remember in terms of you've really got to plan your turn out. On a turn that you're going to run, you've got to plan your turn out.
Right. It makes every turn in which you're planning to run significantly more complex, right?
Is Beth good in this? What's the influence on Beth?
Beth is 3. That was something that I had considered. Okay. Did
Okay.
we see what that ice was? No, we didn't. But
Okay.
the David covers these 2 in the middle, right?
It's probably border control. Oh no, it's advanced.
I mean, they can advance any ice. SSO doesn't say
Sure.
that the ice has to be able to be advanced, because otherwise
But
it would be a garbage ability.
But you can fem the first run,
Yeah.
right?
We can fem the first one, get the David down, and then just go check it, right?
Yep.
That's what we're doing out here, right? And the neatest thing here is that we're getting technical writer counters for these 0 cost installs.
Yeah, it's a bit nuts. I guess you're not so good with the asset spam, right? Unless you can get an early turning wheel. And you put them back.
Yeah, pad the hand and get ready to... Yeah, I think Beth would be a natural fit in this deck, right? So here's probably... Oh, no, right, they don't have the money. So, yeah, we're just going to go in and get that, right?
Yeah, I think they've probably just accepted that they're not going to win this and given it to us. I know that feeling. I've been in that position many times. If they could have found a Mascon, but they've got to get so many remote ice there, right? So many remote ice there to stop us getting through. Interesting.
The non-console hot is auto-scripter, so the first thing that we put down, I'm talking to the audience, gives us a clickback. Yeah, I think Beth could be a strong fit here, right?
What's the influence on Beth?
Beth is 3 influence. But it would certainly fit in with what we're doing, right?
Yeah, I mean, What else gives you a click?
Rachel Beckman.
Beckman.
For 8 credits.
As long as you don't get tagged ever.
Ever. Like, literally ever, right?
Yeah.
Which, technically, we could avoid Data Raven tags because we have Fem.
That's interesting. That's a neutral. Rachel Beckman's a neutral card, I think.
I think she costs 1 influence, doesn't she? Let's check. Beckman. Yeah, she costs 1 influence. Because, you know, you wouldn't want this 8 cost card to be in every deck.
No, that's a lot of money, though. The challenge of having Beth, I don't think you've got the influence for Beth unless you drop the David, for example.
But I think the David's really good, right?
No, I agree. I was just tossing out ideas about that.
It's like a one-stop shop for some really wild stuff. So here's another thing we could do, right? We could go to a different console, potentially, and turn this into Leela and get Gang Sign.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we... Let me just think high level here. Because if we did that, Gang Sign helps make it so we need less clicks to do our combo.
Mm-hmm. What is the memory usage of cards hosted on London Library?
They still count towards your memory total. They are just hosted on London Library.
Okay.
It's like, what was that old card? The virus one, where you could tutor for the virus. Jin,
yeah.
where they still count towards your memory total. Or Scheherazade, where they still count towards your memory total.
Yep.
One of those Arabian Nights inspired cards from the old set. I mean, crowdfunding is still just not a bad card, and we didn't really get to utilize it there, but that doesn't mean that we won't.
No, but there are going to be matchups like, you know, more spammy or wider corps where you're going to be able to recur them and they're going to be good for drip, right? I mean, you have the potential here for 6 drip, which against an asset spam is what wins you the game.
Right. Yeah, let's go again then.
Try it again as it is.
Thank you for jumping on.
Sure.
People are getting very frustrated with me on the internet because I've been playing my 3 different Apocalypse variants almost exclusively.
I hope you're not expecting my sympathy, Dan.
Why? Do you not like Apocalypse as a card?
I'm not going to offer you any sympathy because people are annoyed with you playing Apocalypse, even though I think it's a perfectly good card.
I actually don't think that this opener is terrible because we have the tech writers.
Blue Sun? Yeah,
and,
I mean,
and we have the David, right?
Normally Fem is really bad. But it's not bad in this matchup.
Right, but it's not bad because our Fems aren't permanent, right?
Right.
So I think we can afford to keep this.
Yeah.
And I think probably our play...
Draw twice. I would draw twice and see what we get.
Yeah, because if we pull a sure gamble, ideal.
Yeah.
So, what do you want to see in your opener, Dan, for this deck?
Probably a sure gamble, the London Library, and 1 copy of Fem would probably be the ideal opener, right?
And do we have any draw in the deck, or are we just drawing and crowdfunding?
We have Class Act, 3x
Class Act. Yeah, so, yeah.
Let's draw. Draw again. Probably a technical writer and a daily cast?
I think so. Did they expose the HQ ice?
I don't believe they did. I think they paid. Yep. So I'm guessing it's probably a Mausolus. If it was an Afshar, they'd probably show us, right? I'm going to say no because technically I don't get the opportunity to expose on that. Now the neat thing is they are not expecting us to have David, right?
Probably not. So if they oversight something, that's useful.
Right. So if they oversight that, that's a nice surprise. Let's draw. Draw again.
Hold on. Let's think about this. I think we need more money. So I think I would put down the casts and take 2 credits.
Tough.
There you go, because that takes us up to 7 next time.
Yep, tough but fair. We need to get the class act down. If you're playing on JNet and you're playing 419 and people use building blocks, remember that on face-up cards, things that are installed face-up, there's no opportunity for the expose effect, even though JNet doesn't know better. So just don't fire it.
Sure.
All right, let's draw.
Yeah.
We can afford to draw again because we don't.
You're gonna ditch the Caldera, right?
That's what I was looking for.
So I would put down the technical writer and then put down the auto scripter, right?
Right, and then next turn when we have even more money, we can put down the class act and try to get the combo going.
That seems good.
I like how I have played criminal decks recently with auto scripter, and the second auto scripter goes down, there's usually this long pause where people are like, "What the fuck is he doing?" Right?
Yeah.
Like the second people see auto scripter, they're like, "What is happening?" All right.
Yeah.
Do we want to draw, or do we just want to drop this and get money?
I would put the class act down and get money. I think that's fine.
Right.
It's Blue Sun, so we've got to constantly be.
So we already have 2 femmes. I don't think we need the third.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Yeah, punitive's a constant concern with Blue Sun, so.
I mean, I think we can pretty reasonably, if we save clicks in the late game, we can reasonably be richer by pulling money off of a tech writer, right?
Yeah, sure. All right, so what are they doing here?
So they might.
Ryan.
They're gonna try to push an Oaktown.
Okay, so let's think about this. So,
our cheapest option is to drop the David and go do it.
And we're going to lose the David forever if we do that, right?
No, because we can rejig it back to our hands.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
And then use it to install refinement later, and then it's back on for London combo.
Yeah, so do we... okay, so if we steal that, then... And they pick up Chiashi, they're going to be on, 16 credits?
Correct.
We're safe to double punitive if we do that.
Yep, so we're going to put that down. We also got the click back, which feels really nice. We'll steal that. We'll get these down and just get a credit.
Oh, did you not want to rejig the David?
We don't need to rejig it this turn.
Oh, you can rejig it at any time because it's not on London.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, sure. Okay.
Yep. Once we draw a refinement,
excuse me.
We'll rejig it to get a free refinement.
Yeah, so double punitive now would kill us. I was thinking we'd have more.
This is only 2 agenda points.
Oh, right, sure, yeah. That's true.
They would need 3 punitives to kill us. We have a lot of drip going, which feels pretty okay. Let's draw. I want the crowdfunding.
I think that's fine.
I'm going to draw again.
Yep.
Hey, look, we got the other thing. We got the other thing that we threw away.
Sure.
Now they know their servers are unsafe, though, so we also have a decent chance that agendas will just start piling up in HQ, right?
Yeah, but again, you can just remote look on this, right? I mean, they do the thing where they do double dedication ceremony City Works project with punitive in hand. That can be one to watch out for.
Right, and we're like, congrats, right? Like,
yeah.
Oof, big oof. Okay, so here, gosh, I wish we had the London Library.
But we could
hard fem it. Would just suck real bad.
You could hard, yeah. But I think.
So.
Do we care how much money they've got? I guess is the question, right? That gives them an extra, whatever it is.
The bigger thing is it kills a piece of ice, right?
That's true.
So here's what we could potentially do. We could rejig the David to get a 3 cost reduction on Fem. Fem the ice in front of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then David. But my concern is that the ice in front of it is border control. And we're not going to have enough clicks. So I think we're going to say you can have it.
Yeah.
There, we finally have the library.
So I think you can get that down.
We're going to get that down. And you probably just click for some bucks. Or
I think that... No, well, the Caldera's not doing anything, right? So that's a dead card, I think.
And now they see the secrets.
So punitive is the main way we lose this game.
Right. But if they want to keep us out, they have to res multiple pieces.
So this is where you keep a class act back, right?
Right.
So you play the class act on the turn that you're going to score.
Right. Exactly. Then we can also start doofing and stuff like that, and very slowly and kind of methodically whittling away the money, right?
Yep.
I have brought Blue Suns down from like super high amounts of money before. So let's draw again.
Honestly, I think you're in a dirtly. This is a dirtly deck. You put the crowdfunding down and take 3 credits and drop the gold era. I think.
Yeah, I mean, I just kind of want to draw into a Rizeki. Let's put that. So that's probably, if that gets advancements on it, that's probably an SDS.
Yeah, that's fine. So you can install both FEMs, right? That's it. Install both FEMs. Install both FEMs on London Library, FEMing each of them, right? You run and get it. You lose the David.
We don't lose the David.
Well, you lose the David. If it is SDS, you lose the David.
Right.
Just sacrifice that to the SDS. Which is kind of annoying, but that's okay.
I mean, the funniest thing about this for me is we just femmed 2 pieces of ice for 0 credits in 1 click.
Yeah, that's 18 credits worth of value there.
Yeah, long pause from our opponent.
You notice the other one that says 12 match strength of Orion.
Yeah. Now, the other thing is if we get 2 reses here, then that does impact our economy. A single res does not.
It certainly does.
Okay, so break.
Okay, so if they fire the border control, we are going to lose one of the FEMs. Because we're not going to have enough clicks to put it back if we go and get it, whatever it is. Okay, that's fine.
And we can probably ditch the doof here. Or do we want to keep the doof and ditch the region?
No, I don't think the doof is going to do much for us. It's going to be as much to break. I don't.
Yeah.
They've money's not the way they win.
They have money batteries, right? Now that there's no employee strike, those money batteries can't be turned off meaningfully.
Just tell me just hover over rejig so I can read the text on rejig. Just let me understand what that does. Add any store program or piece of ice to your grip. Okay.
Sorry.
It's okay. So yeah, 3 ice is smart, right? And does Seika have a special ability like de-res a card or return it to our hand or something?
It does.
Yeah, okay.
So I think that there's an agenda in HQ. But regardless, I want to hit HQ 3 times to get crowdfundings back.
Yeah, they're setting up for that, right?
So let's install a non-virus program on London Library. And now we have 4 magical clicks.
Mm-hmm.
And we can still pick it up and get all of our crowdfundings back.
Mm-hmm.
This is really ridiculous.
It's fun, huh?
I'm having a great time.
Interesting, huh?
And we did it all without a console, too.
We've got turning wheel, right? No legwork.
No legworks.
Okay.
Legwork might not be a bad choice, though, right? Because it's a single boot, big access
yeah,
card.
just as a one-off. So I think they figured that we can't get that. Our daily quest.
Do we even care?
I don't think so, because we're getting punitive. We don't care about anymore. The main thing is it gives them the ability to res infinite ice and so on.
Okay, so let's think about it. We have the Saker for the border control, right?
Yep.
We have lots of money. I think we're gonna throw the class act back here, or do we keep the class act?
No, you throw the class act away.
All right. So I think here. Now we're kind of short on clicks.
So it costs you 1 click to install the 2 fems, right? 1 click to install the border. So that's 2 clicks.
I think Saker's probably going to be a hard install, right?
Yeah, you're going to stall that forever, and that's fine.
And then we won't have enough to pick up both fems. So maybe we do have to let them have it. And just pressure other places.
Maybe for this turn, right? So you can put Rezeki and Saker down this turn.
Right, because that gives us a click back.
Yeah. And then that's right. And then just draw a card. That's good. Gain weight.
If we wanted to be really cheeky, we could install this and let London Library trash it and just get more money on technical writers.
I just take 2 credits here. So the thing is, we're dripping 3 at the same time that they're dripping 3, right? And in a couple of turns' time, we can fem the HQ ice and just get those crowdfundings back and drip 3 again. So I don't think it really puts them that much ahead to have daily quest ticking here. The main thing we need to be sure of is that we can get into the remote twice. We have enough clicks to get into the remote twice if they install an agenda.
I want to draw here.
Yeah, it could even fem archives and run 3 times.
Yeah. I want the Zamba. The Zamba does help us.
Totally. Yeah, and then just put the Zamba down and click for 2. Next turn, you can fem archives and run 3 times.
So they're going to overwrite there.
So if it's 2 borders, we're kind of challenged, right?
So they only advanced it once.
Yeah.
So that kind of means we don't care about it?
Well, yeah, at that level, they could be baiting us in. But can we do this now? So let's bin the corporate grant, because I think if Amina makes more sense to keep it, right?
Yeah.
So what do? You can install Amina, install the 2 fems, and run. They will fire the border control. Do you even need to install both fems?
I think once we have Amina, we're covering 2 of the 3 visible ice, right?
So you fem one of them.
Blue Sun, the sentries are surveyors, right?
Yeah. Which is going to be expensive for fem, but not stupidly, given that with the hidden money that we've got.
Right, so let's put Amina down.
Mm-hmm.
Let's put Fem down, and I think that this one is a surveyor.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's take a look.
Yeah.
We have so much money.
So you're going to lose one of those if they border us, right?
So the neat thing is if they don't use border control before we break it, then they don't have a window to use it.
Yeah.
Here we'll use Amina again.
Mm-hmm.
It's the most cost-effective way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just reminding them. Nobody likes being surprised by that.
No, sure. It's probably a June bug.
No.
if they didn't do what you said. Yeah, there is a non-bow with autoscriptor, isn't there? That's an interesting one. I think we have to undo the click.
If they meant to do it before.
Or you take. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll take back the 2 credits. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna rejig. We're gonna let them have whatever that card is. We're gonna rejig the Mina out so it's out permanently. And then we'll pull the Fem back.
It's fine.
Because that now, it means it takes us less clicks to threaten that in the future. And we also just have these big piles of money.
Yep.
Waiting in the background. So an Atlas, maybe? Armed Intimidation? No, yeah, Atlas with a counter. Okay. I kind of just want to get our crowdfundings back.
Yeah, so you got a couple of options, right? You could... Well, you can't install the Fems twice. You could Fem...
So
no, you can't do that.
I think
we just Fem Archives and run 3 times, right?
We can Fem HQ and see what's happening, right?
Yeah, they're on 9 credits, so yeah, I think that's fine. Fem one of the HQ ice.
Because we can break anything else. We have the other 2 breakers.
Yeah, and we've lost the autoscriptor, so don't forget about that. So you're gonna lose the Fem if you do this. That Fem you can't get back off London Library because we don't have enough clicks to run 3 times.
Oh yeah, right.
But honestly, I think we've got enough money, so I think this is fine.
And we still have a Fem. So there's the border control.
Yeah. So now you ask them. Yeah. Yeah, so de-res that. That's fine. I don't think it's worth losing that Fem to the crowdfundings, right? Just to get the crowdfunding back, necessarily. I don't know what you think about that.
Yeah, I'm going to pick it up.
But you could still run HQ. You could run. Well, you could have run HQ one more time, but that's okay.
Yeah, I'm going to just get the other technical writer down.
That's fine.
Because their money situation is not great, and them having to compress clicks to put ice back down is good for us.
Yeah, next turn you can just run Archives 3 times without femming it, right? You know, or put down Seiko and run Archives 3 times.
Or just put down Fem and run 3 times.
Yeah.
Or actually, we need to find our auto-scripter. What do we think that Archives ice is?
Don't know. You're only worried about it if it's a sentry, if you put Seiko down and run 3 times.
Yeah, so let's put Saker down. And we're getting huge price reductions, right?
If it's an archer, that wouldn't be good. Well, that's okay.
Oh, that's fine. No, I'm not sure we want to run there 3 times.
No, we don't.
But we will certainly check it.
I think probably we want to take the money off the writers at some stage.
Yep, I think here would be a good time to take the 2 13s.
Mm-hmm.
Because that gives us the ability to challenge. And now if they don't pick up that particular ice, that becomes very easy for us to run 3 times.
Yeah, that nets us 3 credits over 3 turns and 3 draws, which is not terrible. There you go. So they put that down again. But I think you're okay now just taking money, right? I mean, just...
I want to get another auto-scripter. We have one more.
I would just draw. Gamble, yeah, that's fine. Drop the Amina.
Because their servers are all deconstructed, right? And we're filthy rich.
Yeah, and the worst case scenario, their out is a border control on that remote, so that we have to run it multiple times. Because basically we've got remote lock now. So they are gonna flood up over time. Turning would be good if we can find that.
I think my dad butt dialed me.
Let's draw a card first. When they're ready. Yeah, that's good. Let's get that Rezeki down.
I want to draw again.
That's fine. Are they playing currents? Have we seen a current yet?
No.
That's fine. I don't mind bleeding them for a credit.
I'm actually really surprised that this is doing as good as it is. Because this Blue Sun's not a bad deck by any stretch of the imaginations, right? Like
no, sure.
Okay, so we already have the precedent that they have Atlas, so that could be an Atlas. So I think we should London Library and go check that.
I think I think you should do, and there's a border control there, right? So they're bound to have at least one or two border controls.
Right.
Let's see what happens if we run.
If we have to lose a fem, it's not the worst, right?
Well, you can de-res that.
Yeah, we can de-res that so they can't get the money back for it.
And then if we do that,
then we can't break barriers.
So border control would be a problem. I think you just let that one go for the moment, right?
Yeah.
So
some interesting thought lines we end up with here, right?
Yeah, you've really got to plan ahead. Okay, so that's NGO then. Or Junebug or something nuts. Oh, it's game. Okay, called it.
Good game.
Yeah, you really have a hard remote lock with this deck.
Yeah, I mean, it turns out Fem's for free. We'll do that for you.
And Blue Sun, where they can pull, they normally Fem's really bad against Blue Sun because they can just bounce it.
But not today.
Nope.
Calder, come here. Stop crying for my attention. Do we want to get a third?
I can do one more.
Do we want to get a third auto-scripter in?
What would you drop for that?
I don't know.
I think you drop a class act.
Calder, just come here. You don't have to cry for attention when I'm, literally willing to snuggle you. Oh, this is nice.
Doesn't have a lot of money.
But it has.
They're going to be.
But it has the combo.
Sure.
I mean, what do you think? Do you think we throw that back?
Well, what's your first turn, right? Draw. Technical writer.
Rezeki?
Yeah. Draw. Technical writer. Rezeki.
I think that's a hard keep. We have too many.
Okay.
We have too many things that if we don't find them till late, it hurts us, right? Let's draw. Let's draw again.
Dabble technical writer Rezeki, maybe. Okay.
See, you were worried about us not having money. Look at that. I think next turn is probably Rezeki, Class Act, click for credits.
So I'm looking at this all the time thinking, is another line to run HQ for the Leela bounce, but we're not Leela, so that doesn't work.
Alright, so Let's put down Rozeki, let's put down Class Act, and click for 2 credits. We want Corporate Grant, because we could actually fight the battle here.
Yep.
We don't need the rejig yet, because we don't have any targets for it.
That's fine. So if they score... So this is where you like Leela so much, right? They score this, and then...
It's reverse tempo, right?
Yeah. All right, so they got money. That's okay.
But the 419 tax during the setup is also nice for a deck that takes a little longer to get going, right?
So you play. What do you do? You play Grant, Technical Writer. Do we need Zamba yet? Put the casts down.
Yeah.
How much is London Library to install?
Just 3. It's pretty inexpensive.
Okay.
So that's... Alright, I want to just draw. We have more stuff that we don't need, right?
Mm-hmm. I think we still need more money, though.
Yep, that's why I'm just drawing past. What do we think? Armed Intimidation? Atlas with a counter?
Atlas with a counter, I would say. That's not bad for them.
Alright, let's draw.
So do you want to take an access ever?
I mean, we could. We run the risk of dying.
Do we? Maybe. Maybe we want a little bit more money. Okay.
I want to get London Library down before we lose it and just click for some credits.
Okay.
Because London Library also enables our combo. I'd also really like a doof to show up. A doof would be really good here. So,
as always with these things, it's kind of can we get set up with a remote lock before they get they score out, because they're going pretty fast right now.
Okay. So what's our play?
Well, you can fem one of those, install Seika, and try and go after it. Or you can give this... do we think that's NGO, or do we think that's like food?
It could be SDS.
Could be SDS.
I think we're going to hang out, and we're going to have our doof for next turn.
Yeah, that's fine. Put down the auto scripter and... Yeah.
So it looks like that is a NGO front. Or maybe not. Another Atlas? Okay. Do we want their money?
So, I think you do for them now. And there's no crowdfundings in the bin, right?
Unfortunately, no. Oh, man. Feels great. Bypass this.
Yep. Do you want to take the access here? Probably. I think you do. Because then you can run HQ. So, yeah, you can...
I think we can afford to run R&D.
Yeah, Typhonium wouldn't be great. But they're not, that's fine. Yeah, it's fine. You can run R&D. That's fine. So I think they can take a hostile, and then Audacity Atlas probably is their line. Needs to be drawing up, I think.
We need to get Turning Wheel down.
We do.
Alright, Alright, let's draw, see if we can get the doof. We can't, but we can get a corporate grant, which will help.
Yeah, so corporate grant and then turning wheel.
They didn't res it before. What's the worst case scenario? Mausolus?
That lead wouldn't be good.
Yeah, let's draw. Oh, that sigh from me drawing last click, Russell.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, they have lots of money.
They do.
Let's fem the R&D ice and poke around there. Let's go again just to get an extra counter.
Mm-hmm. What are we looking for that we don't have at the moment? Doof?
Doof.
Yeah, I draw a card.
Second, fem's pretty good.
Yeah, and then take that one back. Yeah. So you can also just bounce off Raven for four clicks.
This is probably the hostile.
Mm-hmm. And then they're going to Audacity hostile.
Oh no, okay. I think we're obliged by law to check that.
You think you do?
Yeah. And we made 4 credits doing that. Alright, so there's the border control. So we're gonna lose auto scripter here.
Yeah.
Double border.
So we're going to lose both femmes.
Yeah, you have to.
There you go.
You gotta use the trash effect for that one. We can save 1 femme.
I think you do.
Yep.
But that's okay because we've got Seiko in hand now.
Yep. And one of the border controls is gone.
Mm-hmm.
What do we think that is?
Oh, well, it's not going to. What will they put out there to bait you into running? A snare?
Do we want to just fem R&D and see 2 cards? Let's draw first.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's another auto scripter. Yeah. I think you let that go, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna draw once more.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna just get these 2 cards down.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they don't know that we're holding Saker, right?
Nope.
What is that, a Prysac?
Or Batty. This is the other play that Leela comes in, right? So here what you do is you run R&D and see 2 cards.
Okay, so it's double Prysac in there. with
Yeah.
with what seems to be another Atlas.
Yeah, and then they're going to score out. So I think you probably got to go for it, right?
Yeah.
So you can put down Saker.
We can put down
Put
Saker and Fem.
Fem the other one.
But then we potentially die to high profile, right?
You're going to take 2 tags. You're going to lose the Fem if you do that. So let's plan the turnout. So it's a free install for Saker. You've got 4 clicks. You can put Fem on, run it, and you're going to lose the Fem. But you can clear the 2 tags from Pricek.
Yeah. All right.
I think I might have. Is it better to put the Saker on the London Library or to just do a hard install?
Okay.
Or if that's 3 Priceks, we're dead.
No, because we'll have Saker in hand.
What's the card that means that you don't end the run if you end the run, if you see what I mean?
Lucky Charm. Overseer Matrix.
And a Pricek.
So we just access the Pricek and don't trash it.
Yeah. But they're upgrades, right? So it means that if they go in again...
Yeah, we're going to just win off of Centrals, right?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Maybe you want to take some of the tech writer money off.
Yeah. But like, I'm not going into that tag hell, right?
Not unless we have to.
Okay, so I think we're going to take some money off of Technical Writer.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, we'll do it like this.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do an R&D run.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that's good to know.
Let's draw.
Yeah.
Doof's very good.
Yeah, and take
Let's
that
pick
off.
up them.
Yeah. So we can fem one of those. Okay. Death and Taxes is going to come down.
This deck is surprisingly resilient.
Yeah, it's quite fiddly, but yeah. So, they didn't use the Atlas, okay.
Okay, we can try to double doof them here.
So one fem. So the question is, do you fem? I'm just kind of wondering whether did they draw a card, Dan?
Yeah.
So did they? All right. So
they drew a card.
Right. So I think you fem R&D, right, and just run R&D 3 times, or run it. Yeah, that's right. Run it 3 times. You're seeing fresh cards here. Okay, Tollbooth. Okay. Death and Taxes is going to get them some. Okay.
Then I'm just going to run archives and then pick it up.
Well, we could run and see 2 cards, right?
No,
run.
They'll use it, and then we'll lose the auto scripter, and we won't get.
Okay, that's fair. All right, so that'll be the toll booth. So ironically, you can fem that, and then you can put Saker down, right? Fem the toll booth, and then run and see more cards, right?
Yeah.
So if you can hard install Saker though, right? Because we don't want to spend too many. But yeah. See 2 cards. Well, let's do the London Library thing because we need to do that. And then is Zamba doing anything for us?
Not really.
Not really. I would. Well, the choice is either take the tech writer money. We don't need to, right? Just gain a credit, right? It's fine. If they want to keep re-resing the border control, how much is Saker to install? Is it like 5 or something?
It's 4.
4. Okay, that's not
It's
great.
a very expensive bird. Somebody's mentioning that if we were planning to use the D-res ability there, we shouldn't have hard installed.
Should have done what?
We should have used London Library on the Saker.
Yeah.
Because then we could have used the D-res to bring it back to our hand.
Yeah.
Alright.
That's true. Good call, whoever that was.
I think now's double doof time.
Or
at least single doof time.
Okay, but so it depends what the outer ice is. You're going to need to install Sadaka.
Or we can take a draw up turn here and see if we can get a Mina.
That would be good.
I don't know what is our line here. I mean, I guess any 5/3 that they put in there, we can just go get, right?
Anything they advance, yeah, totally. I mean, if it's an NGO, then fine.
They haven't used any rejigs, I don't think.
No. So the question is, what's the outer ice on HQ? Because I think they...
Do we think it's like another Raven, maybe?
Could be. I mean, you can fem it and face check it for counters.
Okay.
So you're going to take 1 Prisec tag there, if you run it, and damage. Are they likely to be running dedicated response team? Do you think that's what the remotes are?
Maybe. Do you think we should check one?
Could just like run server 3, just see what they've got.
Matrix Overseer. Okay. So they're just trying to waste clicks. We got the Amina.
So I think that's fine. I think, yeah.
I think we just hard install that.
Yeah.
And then I'm just going to take the money off of this guy.
Yeah, that's fine. That's another Atlas, probably.
Oof.
All right, so now Hostile wins it for them. So the question is, do they have it in hand? So you can install Forsaker, right?
Yeah.
Install Fem. And so Fem the Raven.
Go check.
Go check, yeah.
So there's the Afshar.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
there you
okay.
go. We got it. They had to, agendas had to be there by now, I think. And if they knew if they installed advanced, we were just going to run it. So the Atlas was their way of getting to 3 and then using the Hostile. Yeah, that's good.
I don't know if with what we've seen that they're even on Hostiles. They might just be on Atlases and 5-3s, which is not an ideal agenda suite. But it looks like they're probably on 2 SSLs, 2 STS, and 3 Atlases.
Yeah.
Or, I'm sorry. Yeah, they might have 2 Hostiles, or they probably have 1 Oak Town, right?
Yeah. So the biggest issue I think you got with this deck is the turns, right? And how that works out for you.
Yeah, I mean,
so
the
just five click turns are good. Beth would be good, but I don't think you can afford more than 1. Is Beth better than? Is like 2 Beths better than 1 David? What did he say Beth was? 3 or 2 influence?
So we could cut David and 1 Rezeki, or even 1 Turning Wheel, and get in 2 Beths potentially. Oh no, we still can't, because it's still too much influence.
No, 1 Beth is all you can afford.
And then get like, I don't know.
That's fine. That's okay. You could try that.
I think since we don't have, I think since we don't have a way to tutor David, it's not the best, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we have 1 influence and no slots. We're also super light on draw still.
Yeah. Just give me 1 second, Dan. I'm just going to run and get myself a coffee. I'm a little bit parched here.
A little bit parched. All right.
But you have to say where you are. It's been absolutely.
You are a robot. I cannot hear you. Welcome to the Wildlands, Russell.
Sorry, Dan, I'm out of range of Bluetooth. Give me a sec. I'll be back with you in a couple of minutes.
Sure. I mean, we could always get like a stim hack in. Stim hack wouldn't be terrible. Oh, we just lost Russell. Hello? Alright. So let's try the other version of this. Let's get Leela in here. Alright, I'm gonna have to... I'm gonna need to... Oh, yeah, okay. I'm gonna have to mute Russell real quick. I don't know. This is tough. I think we don't want Zomba then. Our max memory is high though, is the issue, and Gauntlet is super fucking expensive. I think Gauntlet's is the only other console that Boxy doesn't have 2MU, does it? Boxy's 1MU. Oh, no, you're right. It does have 2MU. Okay, Boxy works for a Leela deck. And then we could get like a Stim Hack. Yeah. Now, we could get gang signs over crowdfundings, or do you think just the Leela ability is enough? It's a card in Criminal that has 2MU on it. And it increases our hand size. So we have more room to hold the things that we're bouncing back. Yeah, Zomba also cost 4. No, what alternatives do we have, Russell? Zamba's for the exact same cost. No, it's not. Yeah, but then we don't have enough MU. So gosh, I'm living for how uncomfortable you are with the card choices this deck is forcing us to make. So crowdfunding or gang sign. I think crowdfunding's still pretty good. We're out here living our worst lives, Russell. Oh, you don't have peace in your time in there too, do you? Fisk would be such a good runner if he didn't just like give the Corp an extra click. Oh man, we're out here living. I'm really excited about this really dumb deck. So, I would like to get a undefeated on Jaina. That's right. Last minute audible for New York regionals off of my APOC nonsense. Do you think people would be more angry or less angry if I played this? Yeah. Okay. Alright. So, that guy's taking too long to pick a deck. I don't like this opener. We don't have any accelerant. Alright, let's draw. Oh, yeah, this feels great. Drop all of our drip. From early in the game, feels very good. Easy mark every turn. Okay, so that's, yeah, I was going to say, that's probably Rashida. Do we want to poke HQ to see what the HQ ice is? Oh, Russell's muted. I'm sorry. I had to mute you because you were grinding coffee beans.
Yeah, sure. So I think if you do that, then the Leela bounce becomes much less effective, right? Because they're not going to lose the HQ ice. So I've become much more careful playing Leela and setting up.
I think that's fair.
So I think I would draw and draw, and draw, and then put down put down the library maybe.
Let's put down Boxy. Now they have no idea what we're doing, and we can draw even more cards. If you missed it because Russell was muted, Russell made a very pained noise when I suggested that we play Boxy.
I think you definitely put London Library down there before you put down Boxy, because London Library gives you extra functionality, which Boxy doesn't.
Okay, so I think we're actually going to leave this, right? Because then we're going to have our Leela turn, right?
Yeah. Although I think if they're smart, they'll advance it once and then do something else so that they can restore the ice on HQ.
But then we can go get it, right? And then...
Yeah.
And we have 2. So...
I would... Do you need both Sakers? That's the question. We don't have the auto scripter yet.
We have a 7-card hand size, so we don't have to ditch any cards.
Oh, yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, do you know how we got that?
I had no idea. Tell me.
This card, it's called Box E. It's Leela's console.
Okay.
Actually, Gauntlet is Leela's console. I think Box E is meant to be Los.
Gauntlet's 2MU.
No, Los's is Maui. So what are we doing?
I would draw a card.
Oh, even better.
Yeah.
And then get some bucks. We'll ditch the other copy of London Library. Oh, please score it.
They're not going to do that. Okay.
Yeah, all right, so we're going to double doof them, right?
Yeah. Sure, seems good.
Just go ahead and equalize those credit totals a little bit.
So we've got what we need to get into the remote. I think that's one thing, right? But we don't have enough clicks. We really need the auto scripter.
So do we want to draw here?
Yep.
Oh, Beth. That'll be great in this matchup. Let's draw once more.
Yeah.
We can draw one more time because we don't need another copy of Boxy. And
Yeah.
let's put Beth down.
Yeah. That's super good.
Yeah. All right. So I think in this instance, what are we doing?
That's got to be an atlas with a token. So you can fem. We don't have enough clicks is the issue.
So here's the thing. They're not Blue Sun, right?
Nope.
We have Fems in hand, right?
So you could install Seika and Mina. Just hard install them, right?
Right, and then London Library
and then
go in.
Then you'll lose that Fem, but that's okay.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and install Fem.
Yeah.
I like to go for the middle ice.
Okay.
We also don't have any technical writers this game, which doesn't feel great.
Well, that's painful.
Yeah, I think we're gonna. Well, of course we're gonna let it fire. I think. I mean, I guess.
What's it cost with Fem to break?
10.
Just out of interest.
I should have broken it. That's not ideal.
Hmm.
Yeah, we're dead. We botched it.
Well.
Or I botched it, I should say. Because now our combo's gonna die.
Yeah, and they're on high-profile targets, so I don't think you... I mean, what can you do? Take an outright? You run R&D, right?
Nah, I'm just gonna click for credits. We're dead.
Oh, I'd still use my 4 clicks. You might top deck 4 things.
Now we can actually clear tags.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I think the 419 tax can't really be understated, right?
Depends. I think that's the disadvantage of Fem over Bergolta, for example, where they wouldn't be penal to take that.
Yeah, I think that's going to just about do it.
I think it will.
Oh, let's poke around a little bit. I think 419's tax and 419's link is not insignificant, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good game. Alright, I think that was a bad round.
Well, we're outplayed by... That happens. I mean, a deck that goes fast is always going to beat us, I think, because it takes us a while to get the combo set up. And if you've got like two Fems there in hand rather than just the one, and you've got the auto scripter down, then remote lock is still real.
We're on a wild journey today. Give me 1 second, I need to mute my mic real quick. Basically, once a day, my father calls me from his pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Joys of having older parents.
Yeah.
Because my dad does something that I could never imagine doing, which is he puts his smartphone in his back pocket. I just don't imagine. I can't imagine doing that. I don't like having things in my pants pockets. Back when I used to wear suits, everything used to go into my inside jacket pocket, wallet on one side, phone on the other. What a fun little experiment this idea is, though. Hot Dog, thank you so much for the suggestion of this deck. We are having a blast. Now, is there any other identity in Criminal that we could warrant doing this nonsense in?
No, I think Leela and 419 are your best options.
I agree. Can we fit another class act in here?
I guess. I think the Caldera is only there because of JNet meta, right?
Well, it's there because our combo piece lives in our hand. Right? So if a Kakugo hits a bounced breaker, right, like our second copy of Fem, like we can lose our combo pieces because our breakers live in our hand.
Sure.
I don't think we've ever used all three rejigs.
No, maybe not. But having three means that you find two.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Oh, sorry. No, I think rejigs. You could go down to two rejigs. I think.
Yeah, two.
I thought you meant Rezeki, but you said rejig, which is fine. So.
Yeah. I have balder hair all over me now. He's summertime shedding like crazy. But yeah, come on, opponent. But yeah, I don't know. Russell, what are we going to do with ourselves? So this regionals, I'm currently... let's take a look while we're waiting at my 2 runner decks. You tell me which one you think is the stronger choice. On the one hand, we have Apocalypse 419.
Mm-hmm.
Benefits include access to triple embezzle, falsifieds, and influence-free crowdfundings.
Yep.
It's a very balanced deck. I really like it. The bypass events are also just like good in a general sense. Vulnerabilities include that it leans very heavily on the turtle.
Yeah, so anti-AI stuff hurts you.
Yeah. It is very strong against asset spam because of all the ways that it gets rewarded for running, checking cards, corporation using their money assets, etc.
Mm-hmm.
My other idea is an Alice Apocalypse deck. Benefits include that it can actually break one of the better multi-access cards in Netrunner in the form of Stargate.
So this is close to what Spags was running last weekend?
Yes, I was also working on a version of it, and then him and I put our heads together after I saw that he published. I have Whistleblower to get the oboe and stuff like that. Utopia Shard. I have an independent thinking, so after the APOC, I can put all of my breakers back in the bin and draw cards.
Yeah.
What do you think? And of course, as an Anarch, you have access to Hacktivist Meeting, which is great anti-asset spam tech.
Yeah. Oh, they both look. You've got comparable records with both, I guess. They're not so far apart.
Yeah.
Which one feels the easier to pilot?
So the APOC Crim feels a lot easier to pilot, but it is much more of a glass cannon. Does that make any sense?
Yeah. I mean, the issue you've got with that one, right, is people who just, I guess they just purge you out. And sure, you've got your inside jobs and your spearfishings and your feints. So this is similar to what actually Spags was running at Worlds last year, right? This APOC deck, except it obviously didn't have diesel. It didn't have crowdfunding either. But Spags' World deck was a APOC Crim deck.
Yeah. But yeah, and then the Doom Patrol deck is a little bit more flexible, I'd say. But it also has the 50 card thing where it's just like sometimes cards just don't show up when you need them, right?
Yeah.
And also, Wanton is really good.
Yeah, especially against Alice, because people put their ice on archives, right, to stop stuff happening there.
Right.
What does independent thinking do? Trash up to 5 of your cards. Draw 1 card for each card trashed. All right, so you can actually.
So after everything flipped, right?
Yeah, you can play that to get them all back
I can flip everything back over and also draw cards.
Yes. Send me this list. I'd like to try it out. It's interesting.
And then I have Whistleblower as like a nice tech card when people are like, haha, you have no programs, you can't get this SDS, right?
Yeah. Send it to me in Slack.
I'm doing it right now. What do you think I'm doing? Don't you see me copy it and paste it?
I can't see what you're doing with your keyboard. I got it now. That's great.
Yeah, take a look. Those are the 2 things that I have in contention for play this weekend.
Cool.
Anybody from New York who's watching, it's probably wise to put Chrysium grids into your deck. Just saying. Here, actually, let's just do a game with this real quick. Let's do a game with the Alice deck. That'll be our last one, right? Did I lose you, Russell? Oh, looks like I lost Russell. Russell?
I lost you there, Dan. You broke up.
I said, why don't we just do the Alice deck as our last game here?
Yeah, that's great.
Though I will continue testing this London library because I think the idea is just too funny not to test. And I love Femme Fatale. Like, any opportunity you have to just, like, go nuts with Femme Fatale is, like, really good.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask a stupid question.
Go ahead.
Femmes only cost 1 influence, right?
Mm-hmm.
This could also be done out of Shaper.
And I think it has. So I'm pretty sure I've played a list like this out of Shaper.
Now, you can play it in Haley and piggyback additional things onto... Right?
A new subscriber arrives. It fills
Do
you
you have
with
any currents down there?
determination.
Yeah, I have Hacktivist.
Okay.
Hey, Tripwire, thank you so much for the subscription. I really appreciate it. That's just as a reminder, the best way to support the channel is to subscribe on Twitch. If you have Amazon Prime, it's free, just like Tripwire just subscribed for free. And also you can follow the link in the show notes. I think this is a really good hand. I think we keep it.
Yeah, your first turn is what? Draw, casts Earthrise or something?
If they leave archives open, we might run archives once, right?
Yeah, sure. In which case it's run archives, draw. One archives, casts, Earthrise, gain a credit.
Yeah. I think one of the most compelling reasons to be Alice is that it forces people to do that very bad open, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's draw. Do we want to career fair out the Liberated, hit it once, and put the Earthrise down?
Yep, I would do that.
Do that old school Anarch open, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite things about Alice also is I love Alice's whole aesthetic. Like, since Mars is only partially terraformed, like, she has like this really awesome, like, almost like Mass Effect or Expanse inspired, like, spacesuit that has her console and everything worked into it. Very cool.
Yep, sure.
Alright. Do you want to get some money and install more stuff? Go ahead.
I'd draw once, probably. Draw, liberated, gamble.
You mean...
Liberated. I mean, no, draw, hit liberated.
Yep.
Hit gamble.
Okay, then ditch one of the Blorkies.
Yep.
Okay, so that's a 15 minutes, so they're almost certainly on some sort of exchange play. Right?
Yeah. So I think what do? You do liberated, casts, draw a card.
So we can get
Or,
MK.
yeah, that's fine.
Stargate's pretty good. Stargate's going to force them to pile ice, right?
Yeah, so I think now's when you do that, right?
I think we're going to check that, though.
That's an NGO, but...
But, I mean, we still...
Yeah, to stop them getting it. That's good. That's good. And then you can Stargate R&D and see if you can get rid of ice, maybe? Is that right?
Preemptive is probably the choice we'll take here, right?
Yep. So that MVT tells you they're on a...
They're on like they're on like a C-Source hard-hitting news exchange plan. 15 minutes also lets us know that, right?
Yep.
And if they put that MVT on R&D, Stargate gets around it because we don't access cards.
And that's Rashida.
Yeah, probably Rashida. But we can just let the hacktivist do its work, right?
Yeah.
Oh, another preemptive. Then I'm just going to run and trash both of these.
Totally.
So probably 2 out of 2 preemptives gone now, right? And then we can just run again and see a new, completely fresh card. We just accessed 4 cards worth of value out of their deck and got like a ton of their econ.
And that 2 preemptives in the bin, right?
2 preemptives, all 3 NGOs. That's an MVT.
Yeah.
So, do we want to do some drawing here and then get a DDoS down?
I think
I already drew once.
Yeah.
Draw again. Get
Yeah.
DDoS down, pitch, paperclip, then we'll have all 3 in the bin.
Yep. How many Stargates?
3 copies of Stargate. So we don't need to be concerned about losing it, right?
Yep. Yeah, this is the turn. I think you APOC this turn, right?
Yeah, 100%. Alright, let's pop it. Let's Stargate first. Because then when we access archives, we have a chance to access an agenda. We'll put the Beal in there. We'd rather have the... Oh, no. So here's the question. Do we APOC this turn, or do we put the GFI in there and go back in and get the Beal?
I think you're going to get the Beal. You can run the Beal.
Here. I think we're going to bail on the APOC in favor of getting up to 4 points. Because then we can Beal. He can GFI.
One DDoS. Is it 1 DDoS? How many DDoS in the list?
It's 3.
Okay, well, we got even more than that. That's a Raven on archives.
So that's 6 points. So if they have punitive, we're dead. So let's check HQ and see if we can win. We won't trash anything. Now the good news is if they don't kill us this turn, we just win, right? Or if they're not punning us this turn. Oh, Billy, or my name is not Billy. That's an interesting idea.
Is that 5 points scored or 6 points scored for the purposes of punitive?
It's 6 points for the purposes of punitive because it's the printed values. They errated it.
Okay.
But it doesn't look like they're on it even, so we can continue to set up, right?
Yeah.
Let's draw. Let's draw again. I would really like some money cards, but I guess we're going to just have to take this Earthrise, right?
Alright, put the Earthrise down and gain the credit, I think.
And then ditch the Whistleblower, which we're not going to need at this juncture.
What does that even do?
It's the one where you negate...
Oh, it's like a film. It's like a film critic.
It's a one-time use film critic.
Yeah.
I'd like to draw into a Liberated here, because then we can just blitz our way to the APOC. Alice is so fun.
Okay. What is the sixth card?
Amped up.
Amped up. Okay. Do we need the turntable?
We might if things get swapped around.
So do you play I've had worse? Just get rid of one of those. Just play one of those I've had worses. It's not awful, right?
I'd like
No,
to
that's
get the
play the
hacktivist,
play the hacktivist. Yeah,
get some money, and then ditch paperclip.
one of the wantons maybe, or the
Probably one of the
turn.
wantons.
Yeah, one of the wantons, and then the amped up.
Yeah, I think the amped up's probably fine to get rid of.
They've only got 16 cards left in the deck.
Yeah, they're going pretty slow.
So I think you inject, right? Well, let's see what the Earthrise gets us.
If the Earthrise gets us liberated, we just drop and hit it 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
Do the Anarch, piece our time. I don't even think we rightly care about that.
No, I don't think so.
I think we inject here.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, so we're pretty close to being able to land that APOC now, I think.
Yeah, I mean, and we're gonna just, they have no agenda scored, and we're just gonna kind of like yeet them into the abyss. Our biggest worry is that one of the interior ice is a data raven, so we'll get stuck with the tag for the purposes of the exchange.
I would bet some small amount of money that the Archives ice is a raven. The inner ice on Archives is a raven, because they put QPM into the bin.
Right. Now the other thing is depending on the order in which we can run, they might run out of juice, right? So what's our play this turn?
Well, they're not threatening to score right now, so I think you just take money, put down the casts. What else do we want that we don't have?
Nothing. We have all access to all of our breakers.
So a DDoS, right? Another DDoS would be good.
Another DDoS would be ideal, but by the same token, if we don't have the DDoS and we Stargate, they might blow all of the money on R&D and then not be able to res stuff on the other 2 servers, right?
Yeah. So there'll be a news hound in there for sure.
I mean, I think, yeah, absolutely. Newshound is one of the most compelling reasons to play
The other
Soul, right?
option you've got, given that you've got all the breakers in the bin, is to wanton.
Right, and then see how much of their...
And see how much money they burn with that, right? And if it's a Raven on HQ, so that's probably trying to score in the remote.
It's probably a Beal.
And keep the daily quest going. Yeah, it'll be an MVT with something.
So the other thing is we could try to run R&D, and then if they res the ice and everything, we can just jack out.
Yeah, I think Stargating R&D isn't terrible.
Let's try that then.
Yeah.
We'll see. So this is what we didn't want, right?
Yeah, that's where you want the DDoS, but
so we're already here, right?
yeah.
So let's take the tag. Let's let the trace fire.
I mean, if we hit an agenda, then we just run the bin and steal it if it's not QPM, right? And then we win. So I think that's fine.
Yep. So we are going to have to install that because we are now tagged. Now, notably, this deck doesn't have stim hacks. So that's a fly on the wall.
Which you can, is that a 1-point agenda?
It's a 1-point agenda, but we can still go check it, and then we have the ability to APOC.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Just a second, I got my son calling me. Dan, put me on mute for a second.
Sure. Oh, we can't even get there. It's not great, guys. So we're in pretty rough shape. Russell, I think we're in pretty rough shape.
Yeah, we're in rough shape. I leave for 1 brief minute, and then I come back, and we're in rough shape.
Yeah, well, without your guiding hand, I don't know what I would do with myself.
So they exchanged. Okay.
Now they don't.
So there's still a fly on the wall in the bin, right?
There is, but we have to be able to get to it, and that doesn't win us the game.
No, but you can wanton. I bet they've got agendas in hand. Oh, they're generating a lot of money there.
It doesn't matter though; they don't have enough turns to win, right?
No, if you just click for credits, because where are they going to put that, right? Where are they going to put that? They'd have to make a new agenda to do that.
So
and you can.
Do we just get some credits and then plan to wanton?
Yeah, just gain some credits. If they'll probably ditch one of those quests and put an agenda in the remote. So there's one fly on the wall in the bin.
Yep. Well, what I was saying earlier when you were muted is that notably this deck does not run stim hacks.
Right. Stim hack's a good card, I hear.
It's a very good card from what I understand. All right, they took 15 minutes back.
So they're gonna, yeah.
All right, let's draw.
Mm-hmm.
I want to inject.
That's good, because you can wanton them with the DDoS.
Or should I be putting down daily casts? Let's put down daily casts. What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah, so they're part
not
of
not waiting for the DDoS. Like might end up single-handedly costing us the game, right?
Yeah.
So that's one Beal. I think we've got to try to wipe the hand this coming turn, right?
Yeah, if you wipe the turn this... Well, the question is, can you get into the remote, into archives? Probably not. I think this is a mistake, because I think the inside ice on HQ is going to keep us out.
Well, we're going to find out. Nope, it sure isn't. All right. So we're perma-tagged.
Yeah, so and then you're just going to hope that you've got there are enough points in archives, which I doubt there will be, but.
Well, if we got the
It costs you. Yeah, what the trouble is with that, it's costs you a crazy amount to get through. It's like 9 to get into the remote, into archives, right? But you can do that again next turn, right? You can do that again. You can just wanton them again.
potentially, we don't know what the.
Oh no, we
price
don't.
is.
Yeah.
So we need money first. We have to take a turn off and get money this turn.
You can also DDoS and then wanton for 2 cards.
Yeah. Did we ditch our amped up? Yeah, we did. Okay, so there's... They're shuffling
Alright,
stuff
there's the
back.
agendas.
Let's draw. Let's draw. Should we just be stargating this whole time?
You can Stargate and pay 3, right? Or it's 4. It's 4. Costs you 4 credits to Stargate. Interesting. They're still drawing cards. So. Because you don't care about the MV, or, yeah. So what's the line here? Is the line install DDoS wanton for 2, or just Stargate and just float forever? Float as many tags as you want.
Well, they're going to be able to res whatever this is, right?
Yeah. But I think if you Stargate,
If we
can you get into archives, right?
So here's the thing: if we Stargate, they're going to draw 1 card at the start of their next turn.
Yeah.
And then if we Stargate again, they can't score. Right?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah. Did they put in the preemptives with their preemptive?
I think there was only 2 preemptives total in the deck.
Right.
Now, psychographics is, of course, still a problem.
Yeah, and they've got 15 minutes, which they can also score 15 minutes and then exchange it for the other Beal or something.
Assuming they still have access to that card.
Yeah. But it also means we see what all of these cards are, right?
Yep. Wow! So we just win.
Well, no, because you can't get through the.
Well, no, we're gonna get rid of the 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And we're gonna go back in for the Beal.
Right. So if they preemptive. Okay. So they're going to draw that. Now here's where if you had a stim hack, you'd be fine because you can actually they'd flood out next turn.
They don't have enough turns to win now, I don't think.
Well, again, it depends on how many preemptives they've. How many preemptives are there in the bin?
Well, 2 have been used.
Oh, okay, sure. Right,
I don't think most decks are running 3 preemptives in the current metagame. Yeah, and I think we just count on our deck, right?
Let's see. Yeah. So if you credit, what else can you do? Yeah, that's they did have a 3rd preemptive, but that's okay, right? So they're gonna have to put agendas back.
So exchange.
All right, 15 minutes exchange. So is there a fly on the wall in the bin?
Yes, but we can't get in.
Well, you can credit Stargate.
No, we need to credit Stargate.
If you credit and Stargate, then you'll put the 15 minutes into the bin. Right?
Yeah, credit, put the 15 minutes back into the bin, and then they don't have any valid exchange targets.
That's right. Unless they've got it. Well, they'll have another QPM somewhere.
Right, but we're not running that.
But they're also going to put stuff in the remote, I think.
What a game, huh? No
How many
apocalypse blade.
agendas? Is the fly on the wall still in the bin?
Yes, but we can't get to it because of this
No,
new
no, no.
sound.
Yeah. I guess you just getting the credit, right? They've got to be on Psycho.
I don't think they have it, otherwise they would have played it on a previous turn. I think there's GFIs
They've got
in
it.
their
They've got
hand
it.
in there that they can't score because they
Right.
don't have Psycho, or we hit the Psycho earlier, right?
Yeah, and also you can credit Stargate as well next turn.
Yeah, credit Stargate, and then they deck themselves, right?
Yeah, that's right. So if you credit Stargate,
Right.
you're good. Wow.
Oh no!
Oh, very clever. Yeah, they got it.
No,
Well
they
played,
don't.
then.
They don't
Oh,
got
no,
it.
they don't get it.
All right, let's deck them.
Or can they? Yeah, because
Yep.
yeah. Nicely done. All right, Dan. I got to call a work colleague now. So good
Hey,
to talk to you. Good to
Thanks.
play.
Thank you so much. What a great day of testing weird crap we had.
It certainly was.
But yeah, I like this deck a lot. I think it's got a lot of power to it. Stargate's real good. But yeah, Russell, I'll catch you next time.
See you back on Slack.
Bye.
Cheers, Dan. Bye.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to come hang out and play Netrunner. I'm always excited that all of you are here. If you'd like to promote and support the channel, share it around, remind people that I'm still playing, and subscribe on Twitch or follow the link on YouTube to support the channel more directly. And until I see all of you wonderful Netrunner humans again, always be running.